Very good day to you and welcome again to the program. I want to speak to you about signs. You know, many people say to me, how do you hear from God? Well, God speaks to me through signs. He speaks to me through the elements because I'm a farmer. I understand practical things. But God also spoke to the children of Israel in the same manner. If you go with me to the book of Numbers in the Old Testament, the book of Numbers, chapter 17 and verse 8. Now, what had happened was the children of Israel were being very hostile towards Moses and Aaron. Okay? Basically, they said, why do you think you're going to make yourself a king over us? See? And God protected them. God was very angry with them. In fact, Dathan and his friends, 200-300 of them, maybe it was 2,000 or 3,000, went through, the ground opened up like an earthquake, and they went into the hole and closed up again because they stood against Moses. And I want to say to you, if you're walking in truth and righteousness, you don't have to protect yourself. The Holy Spirit and His angels will protect you. But when you start to compromise and you start to waver because you don't want to rock the boat, then you're on your own. But signs are very important. Now listen to what happened. The Lord told Moses this is what he must do. It came to pass on the next day, this is verse 8, that Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron of the house of Levi had sprouted and put forth buds and had produced blossoms and yielded ripe almonds. Then Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord to all the children of Israel, and they looked, and each man took his rod. And the Lord said to Moses, bring Aaron's rod back before the testimony to be kept as a sign against the rebels, that you may put their complaints away from me, lest they die. So what God had said, He said to Moses, I want you to take one stick, one rod, from each tribe, 12 tribes. So they gave Moses and Aaron one stick each. And then Moses took Aaron's stick, which represented the tribe of Levi, which were the priests, and put them in the tabernacle. Dry sticks. The next day they came back. Only one stick was bearing ripe almonds and blossoms and leaves. Game, set, and match. Okay, who's God talking to? God is saying that the tribe of Levi, that the high priest, Aaron, will determine the way in which we're going to go. There's no arguments. And then we go to Gideon. And Gideon put a fleece before the Lord. How many times have you heard that? And you can read that in the book of Judges, chapter 6, and verse 37 through to 40. Gideon wanted an answer from the Lord. He said, Lord, I'm going to put a fleece out. Tomorrow morning, Lord, I want the ground to be wet and the fleece to be dry. And that's exactly how it was. And then Gideon said, but Lord, please forgive me. Obviously, I'm a man of little faith. Tomorrow, I want you to do the opposite. I want the ground to be dry and the fleece to be wet. Next morning, the fleece was wet. He took it, he wrung it out. I think he filled a whole pot of water with it, and the ground was dry. That was the answer he needed. I've done it myself many times. Lord, if you want me to do this, Lord, you're going to have to provide. I'm not going around with a begging bowl. If you want me to have this event, this campaign, Lord, you're going to have to supply the money. I'm not asking. And God does it every single time. Not once have I finished an event or campaign owing money. God always supplies. Okay, so, but just make sure that it's God, you see. And it's not your own plan that you want God to bless. He doesn't work like that. Until next time, look for the signs. Goodbye.